Hey guys, what's up? Zach Calhoun here from CloudPano. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use our measuring tool to measure spaces in full 360, how it works, and how you can take advantage of this technology. It's really incredible. So please make sure to follow along and do this step by step. You don't want to miss certain small steps here. It's really important because if you miss something here, it may throw you off. I just want to make sure you understand how this works, okay? So what you're looking at right here is measure.cloudpano.com. I am inside of a project, and you can see this is a full 360 photo of a space, right? And when you look over here to your left, you'll see a sidebar, which has our couple of subject images here, which I'm showing a couple different rooms from this project, okay? So you have a fire, this is called the fireplace, where it's in the living room area next to the fireplace. And when you upload an image, it will appear. So I'm going to show you an example. Let's say I upload the same image again. This master bed image will appear here. So you just click into it, and now you're editing on that image. If you want to delete an image, you just click right here and delete that scene. Okay. So really simple. And so what you'll see here is some instructions. You just need to understand there's basically three modes that will help you. And those three modes are basically double click, single click, and drag across the screen. So as you can see, I'm dragging here. This moves the scene where I'm looking. It's really important because you're going to be setting points in a moment. And when you're dragging, you're not setting points, you're dragging, you're moving. Okay. So here, and also too, there's even a scene leveling tool. So if you have an unleveled panorama and you want to level it, you can do that. It's very important for measurement accuracy. But we're going to skip that for now and just show you how to get started. So it says double click this and to select the point where your floor meets the wall to begin measuring. So basically we are setting a scale here. So I'm going to click here, and you'll see, I can actually include this magnifying glass as well. You can see that where I'm exactly pointed, I'm going to move my face actually. There we go. So you can see where I'm pointed, what it looks like, and I can just put the pointer right there and double click. So I've set a point now, and things are now changed. I'm going to move this up all the way to the very top. And look, you can kind of see where that is in the magnifying glass as well. I really want to make sure I'm accurate here. I want to be right where that 2x4 meets the other 2x4. Cool. So I've set that point. I can also change this over here as well. But for now, what I've just done is I have set the scale from the floor to the ceiling. So that's basically step one. Okay. And then you want to drag and move over to a corner. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're setting the floor. So all I do is I just zoom in here, look at it, try to find it. But right there, double click. Cool. I have now set a point to get started. Now, if you see I'm moving around, what is this here? What you're looking at is your first point to set this floor. Now, when I double click, hold on, let me just go slow here. When I drag to the right, if I click and drag, it moves the scene over, okay? So what I'm trying to do is just find the other corner. Very simple. So add the corner here. I'm kind of using my magnifying glass to make sure I'm right there. Cool. Double click. And when I double click, it sets the point. Okay, so I'm going to move over here to the right. And again, I'm going to try, if I look right here as well, I can hold down Shift. And if you look here to the left, which I'm putting my finger, if you look right around this area right here, where I'm putting my cursor, if I hold down Shift, it puts me at 90 degrees. It kind of creates these break points. Okay, you got 90 degrees, 135, etc. These break points are important if you want to set a 90-degree angle. Super helpful. So the angles help you determine how accurate you are at making a square space. You don't always want to be square because not everything is square, but if you really want to make sure you're 90 degrees, hold down Shift. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, so hold down Shift. I'm going to get up to this wall. I'm going to check my magnifying glass bottom left, double click. Cool, I've set my point. Now, I'm holding down Shift, and you can see as I zoom in here, this 90-degree angle is holding steady mostly through this entire wall, which is great. So I'm going to let go of Shift for now. I'm going to click and drag over all the way to this other corner. I may have to drag a few different times. It's okay. So here I am at this corner. I'm going to try my very best to be right in the middle. Let's see if I click Shift, what happens. I'm a little bit off. So not everything is perfect as you may think in this world, but I'm going to put it right in the corner. That's perfect. Double click. kind of whispering to myself. Okay, now I'm going to try to stay 90-degree angles. I'm actually going to hover back over and look, I'm back to my starting point. If you look, as I get close, what happens? The color of this changes to green, okay? And what we're doing here basically is we are setting, I'm going to try to cross it perfectly if I can. There it is, right there. Double click. Oops. Well, but check this out. So I missed my setting here, which is kind of unfortunate because I'm recording the screen. Watch this. I can undo. And so now I'm back where I was. Okay. So in case you make a mistake, you always click undo. Okay. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to hover over it and just double click. Cool. Now I'm set. Great. So what I just did was I created a 3D environment from this specific 360 photo. So you can see I got 12 feet. 12.1 feet as the height there, 12.1 feet here. This specific side of the room is 38.89 feet. Awesome. It is 21.46 feet. Cool. So you can see I have these measurements here. All right. And so now I'm able to also toggle back and forth my angles. So my angles will be here. I can toggle them on and off. And I have, cool, I can even put something pointer. What is that? One moment. Okay, so now that my room dimensions are set, I can start to measure within the space, and you'll see the arrow change based on where I put the cursor. So I'm selecting on which wall or floor I'm going to be measuring. So let's say hypothetically I want to measure this fireplace area. This is a great example. Okay, so what I do is I'll select this corner. I'll select the corner right below it, this corner right here, and this corner up here. And then I want to make sure I set it going back to green, just like I did before. So you'll see up here some live measurements. You'll see this area is 20.18 square feet. Okay, so we have a width of 4.2 feet, a length of 4.97 feet, so about 5 feet across, right? And look, I can even pull this out and say I want to pull it out by 3 feet. Well, now I have a cube that I'm measuring, and I can see what that measures out to in this space. Okay, so I have this interior thing that I'm measuring or assuming to measure for the future as well. And of course, you can delete this and come back and remeasure something else if you want to. What's cool is once I have this placed or this measurement in place, yeah, I can just drag and drop, pull it out. I can also go here where it says utilities. I can click download measurements. Let me show you an example. And all of these will appear in a spreadsheet, which is really cool. So I have my total number of walls, my wall lengths. I have, length by width. I have my room height, my total area of that room, and then volume as well. So I can, measure a whole space and have the area square footage for those rooms. So if you go here as well, we can also kind of reset and do this again. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. And this time I'm going to have my pointer kind of be zoomed in. I don't really like that. So I'm going to kind of just not do that. I've decided, but I'm going to do the same thing, show you what I'm referring to. And I'm going to go to this corner to kind of set my height. So I know once you get going, you actually get pretty fast. You set your height, then you want to set your floor. Okay. Just kind of put it here. In certain scenarios, of course, you need to be super accurate. In certain scenarios, you can just get it close. Right. So I'm going to go here on this corner because this actually jets out a little bit. So it's a good example of what that looks like. So I'm going to come over here, put it on this corner, come right here, and then I'm going to come back over and set my room. Okay. So there's the floor. It's now set. And let's say I want to, I want to measure the window size here, right? So I can click here, 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 because I'm a window contractor, right? Or something like that. And I set this, cool. I have a good feeling for now, like what this window kind of will look like. And if I know that typically my window thickness is, a depth of, let's say 3 inches or something like that, 0.28 feet. So then there you go. I can measure that and see I do have space there. It does look pretty good. I'm pretty close, and that can match the the height and length of my product, right? Whatever I'm trying to do. So really cool. So then if I want to, go back to interior drawing, I can take this and let's just real quick set this. And then, yeah, so you can play around with it and you get a good feel for it. Basically, you can start measuring stuff, which is really, really cool. So then if I go to my utilities here and I click download, you'll see 2 rooms here, fireplace and master bedroom. And again, the area is right here. So if you're trying to really figure out quickly the area of a space, you can do that and you can get really granular with it. You and your team, of course, and you can really measure whatever you want, which is really neat and really cool. And basically what you're doing is you're setting a 3D environment and then you're going to be measuring quantities off of it. The most important thing, and I did not touch on this at the beginning, I should have, you need to have an accurate camera height. Camera height will help determine the trigonometry that is required to determine all of these measurements and outputs. So you need to know your camera height. And also you have the option of setting meters or centimeters as well. Know your camera height, really important. Once you know that, you just measure the middle of the camera, like the middle of the lens to the floor. And once you know, you can mark your camera stand with tape to make sure you get it the same every time. But that's how you measure inside the measure.cloudpano.com experience. More features to come. It's just kind of a beginning of a really, really cool, powerful software suite. All right, talk soon, and thanks so much. I'll see you on the other side.